Hey guys, we're back for round two with our red-blue Hour of Devastation deck. We have bombs in our deck, and they won us the game. This seems like a perfectly fine keep here. We have a 2-drop. We've got pretty good odds to hit our third land by the time we need to cast a 3-drop, and then Cartouche can really make this a huge blocker if we need to. Plus a card draw spell. This is just a solid hand. Enigma Drake's looking a little weak here. I don't have like a perfect Enigma Drake deck. But I'm on the draw. We'll go ahead and keep this hand, and let's see if we can do what we did last game against M. Ritchie with your Tristani art. I see you up there, M. Ritchie. Thresher Lizard, not as good on the draw. Also, just note last game how good Kindled Fury. We didn't even have to cast Kindled Fury, but just note how good it would have been in a lot of different situations. Kindled Fury is a really mediocre combat trick, but when both people are just attacking each other with creatures, like it does a pretty good job. My opponent's on the play, and I'm not sure what they're doing, so we might pause the video until they make their first move. Okay, we're back. Our opponent took about 2 minutes to get started there. Played a mountain, and looks like they're passing. Floodwaters, not what we wanted to see there, but we'll play it out. Act like we have Magma Spray here. Bluffing Magma Spray is just as good as bluffing Unsummon. We have 2 more turns to hit another land. Crypt of the Eternals. Well, card's fine. It's just a worse version of Painted Bluffs. My opponent doesn't have a follow-up play. And note that it doesn't really like give them access to blue mana here. Like they can't cast Essence Scatter or anything like that. Ooh, that's interesting. So that's actually really interesting. I think I want to get ahead on board here, so I'm going to play Nimbleblade Kenra. Then if we draw another land next turn, we might just keep this desert in our hand. If not, we'll play it and we'll follow up with Cartouche, and that'll be fine. This does put us ahead on board. We could lose it to like a Braid or something, but can't even be mad about that. A Braid's just such a good card. Crypt, oh, my opponent did not hit a third land drop. Maybe they were actually like sitting there for a while trying to figure out. So I'm going to play Cartouche here. Hope not to get blown out, and then Desert. But I think my opponent would have played a Braid if they had it. And my opponent missing a land drop there is actually super crucial. Yep. Yeah, that stuck. This could be bad for our opponent. We did not hit another land, so we'll play Desert. And then we're looking pretty solid here. We got a 3/5 flyer. That's not nothing. Our opponent's going to have to do something to catch up here if they don't draw lands. Crypt of the Eternals is not what you want when you're stuck on land either. It's like they have something they can play. Ooh, Earthshaker Kenra is a good card. They must have just drawn that. So the way this works is it's a 2/1 haste, comes into play, and it says a creature with less power than it, or less than or equal to it, can't block it for the turn. And then it has Eternalize, so it comes back as a 4/4 with haste. That can't be blocked by target creature with power 4 or less. Or just that creature can't block for the turn. Pretty cool. So my opponent does want to race. Nice. They drew that for turn, so they didn't draw a land. Interesting. We have pretty good odds of hitting a land here if we play strategic planning first. Problem is we don't have anything else to play on too. So I think we're just going to keep the aggression up. Good question as to what we play here. Thresher Lizard or Enigma Drake. Thresher Lizard actually deals damage. Enigma Drake doesn't currently. I think we're going to go with the Lizard. Another reason to play a spell here is for the Prowess trigger, but we're already decently ahead of our opponent. Note they did gain a life from that Crypt of the Eternals, but whatever. Now, if our opponent draws lands, we could have a game on our hands, but we're going to get pretty far ahead if they don't have any 2-drops in hand and no lands. I don't want to play just like a straight up nothing game, but shall see. Yeah, so I'm going to play Enigma Drake here. If my opponent attacks, I'll just straight up block it. If they want to use a trick, sure. But next turn, if we don't draw land, our intentions are to play Strategic Planning or Open Fire or something. And then Enigma Drake will actually be dealing damage. Notice it's like a prowess trigger that just always works. Looks like my opponent did not hit a land. This is very unfortunate for them. All right, yeah, they just had it. Uh, didn't really see anything. They're red X, probably red blue, red black. It's enough to make me kind of want Kindled Fury, but Jace's defeat would also be interesting, but I think it's a little bit a little bit too soon to board into that. And the reason I say that is because they could just be like they could have just like drafted Bolus and or God or something, and they could be playing around it. But we're gonna run it back until we know more about the deck. We literally only saw a red source, a potential blue or black splash, and Earthshaker Kenra. Even though Kenra is a good card, this is fantastic. 2 drops, open fire for interaction. 3 drop, we'll keep. We're on the draw. Also note that if I play Blood Rage Brawler on turn 2, that Earthshaker Kenra can't even target it. Has to be a creature with less or equal to power, less power or equal power. I'm more likely to play Kenra on turn 2, though. We'll see what my opponent's turn 1 play is. The reason I say that is I don't really want to discard anything to Blood Rage Brawler, and this card's fine if it's your last card in hand. It's just 2 mana 4/3 with no drawback. Defiant Kenra. Yeah, that's fine. Aerial Guide. Alright, let's go and play Well, this attack's so much better. Am I fine discarding any of these cards? Not really, I don't want to. We'll play Nimbleblade Kenra. Block if they attack. If they want to use a trick, sure. We've got action. Open fire next turn, or probably play Thorn Moloch next turn. Aerial Guide wouldn't be terrible either. They attack pretty well. Do you attack me? You do. Alright, let's see what you got. If you want to use tricks to take out my 1/4, then sure. Again, this is a reasonably free block for my opponent, so even if they don't have a trick, they just attack anyway. I'm tapped out, so I can't trigger prowess. They're just trying to get me. And they play black mana and then Banewid Punisher. Oh, Cycling. They're red-green. They missed a land drop again? Oh, gross. I'm so sorry, dude. And we're just hitting the lands. Interesting choice here. Let's go in for 1. And probably Aerial Guide. That just lets me consistently attack. We have Magmaroth next turn. I am going to attack. Just get ahead of my opponent. Like I said, if they want to attack into Aerial Guide, sure, I'm not going to block. But them missing lands really sucks. I don't know if it doesn't look like they're keeping greedy hands. He had a 2-drop and a 2-mana cycler, so seems fair, right? You attack. I could just block here too, but I'm not going to. I think me having Aerial Guide is more significant than him having Defiant Kenra. Is he going to cycle again? Oh, wow, that's super risky. I don't think he did hit a land, but I don't know. I don't think I'd ever hit or play 2 Greater Sandworms. He might be like a Gift of Paradise deck. We're gonna attack for 3, play Magmaroth and pass, and then fall in turn probably these 2, and then or no, we're gonna say Blood Rage Brawler is the last card in our hand, which may be greedy, but whatever. If we draw another land, we could play Blood Rage plus Thorn Moloch and discard the land. But yeah, I think we're significantly far ahead here. And the fact that we have open fire is pretty nice too. Magmaroth is just huge. Comes down as a 5/5 blocker and attacks as a 4/4. And if you can keep a steady stream of spells going, it's fantastic. Works really good in the same type of decks that want Enigma Drake, which red-blue decks are incredibly good when you get them. Now, let's just draw Gorybringer here and wrap it up. Nothing. All right, well, we're going to hold up open fire. Actually, I can just give this. Oh my god, this is sick. This is sickening. I'm sorry, dude. We're attacking all in here. We're going to give Magmaroth flying. Actually, I'm going to give Nimbleblade Kenra flying. Because then I give him the opportunity to chump here, but if he wants to use a spell, I get open fire, and then, if I give Magmaroth flying, he has a free block on the. He doesn't have good blocks anyway. I could have a prowess trigger here, and what's your trick? What you got? 3 mana. Heaven for 2. That kills Aerial Guide. And then is he intending to Earth after that? I can't do anything about it, so I'm fine with that. He, Earth's just not even going to be relevant. Interesting to see if he blocks here, though. His goal might be to get my Magmaroth small enough. All right, so I do want to be careful here. I don't really want to run out of 2 toughness creature now. But it might be time to play Brawler and just discard Moloch. And then when I play Thresher Lizard, it'll be big. Yeah, I'm going to do that. This lets me hold up Open Fire as well. It makes my Thresher Lizard more likely to come down as a 4/4. And Blood Rage Brawler won't die to Earth if he top decks a land. We're just putting our opponent in a very bad situation. We're making his Aftermath card like incredibly bad. But my opponent is working with what he had. Missed 2 land drops, spent 2 turns just cycling 7 drops. And he's really on the back foot here. Again, I'm going to let Magmaroth tick down because I can use Open Fire as a trick. Wow. That's pretty crazy good. Do I play it first? Probably. And then we're going to... Oh, this gives a Prowess trigger. We're going to put it on Magmaroth because it's going to make it a 5/5 for the turn. Open Fire will make it a 6/6. A Braid. Oh, wow. Now I get to respond by using... Let's see, if I go Open Fire on his face... Nah, we're going to get rid of his Kenra. Now, do I just win? I think I just win. This is 6, 10, 11, 12 damage, I think. Because Magmaroth's going to go back up to a 5/5. Plus 1 was 6. Yeah, this is 11. Wow, 12 actually. I feel bad for my opponent, but we'll take it. We didn't even draw our bombs there. We just matched up well, and our opponent got mana screwed. So we'll see you in round 3, guys.